son of a bitch.
That's right. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Fantasy Star Universe, Ambition of the Illuminus. Though their ambition ended a few episodes ago now. We're just kind of dealing with the aftermath already. But it's still a world-ending threat at the moment. So let's get back into it. Road to Ryegrass Part 2. Yes, Chapter 7, the second half. Here we go. Whew. We're on the home stretch. Technically in the next episode we will be. Well, I mean, next episode is pretty much going to be the last one, so. Playa City, 5th floor, Guardians HQ. Mina says, her usual tagline, "Welcome to the Guardians, protecting the future of Garal." Hawaii. Welcome back, Caters, Dr. Tom Rain. This dude barely made it back alive. I heard the confinement device on MoTube seems to be coming along nicely. Tom Rain says, yes, we are one step closer to success. Mina says, I'm sorry to spring this on you just as you're getting back, but will you two please go to the president's chamber in an hour? Tom Rain says, is it alright if I rest until then? Mina says, if you'll wait, nursing staff from the medical team will come shortly. Tom Rain says, I'll let them pamper me a bit before the next mission then. Now he's accepting it. He's like, alright. Mina says, by the way, have you heard the news? Now what? What's up? Tom Rain says, did something happen? Mina says, about Hugo Wright. What's up? Is he making moves? He's been made the president of GRM. Oh yeah, that's old shit. That's old news, Mina. You gotta catch up. We already talked to him and everything. Tom Rain says, what? What the fuck? Mina says, that's what all the girls here at headquarters have been talking about. Why only the girls? The fuck? Y'all gossiping? Is that what you're implying? Mina says, I believe Hugo will be waiting for you in the president's chamber. Please give him my best. Tom Rain just pauses. Says nothing. Mina says, is something wrong? It just occurred to me. Maybe the reason she said that is because it's only chicks behind the counter here. Like, have we seen any male, like, desk clerk attendants, receptionists here? Anywhere in the Guardians headquarters? I'm trying to think. Wait, did she ask him, like, if he was alright? Yeah. Mina says, something wrong? Tom says, no. Alasas. I will convey your regards. Oh shit.
Oh shit!
I wanted to hit that, but I missed this because of that. Tom Rain says, it's no problem for this old man to do a favor for young love. What the fuck? What is he getting at? Mina says, doctor! That's not what I meant. The only one for me is Ethan. Oh shit! Ethan. She let it out! Finally! We knew she was crushing on Ethan the whole fucking time in episode 1. I'm glad they revisited this. They didn't just drop this plot point. She was simping for him hard that whole time. And then right here, she's like, the only one for me is Ethan.
Bruh.
I mean... Oh my god. She hella just outed herself. What the fuck was he talking about, though? Tom Rain says, my matchmaking record is peerless, I'll have you know. Is he trying to hook her up with Hugo all of a sudden? What the fuck? Tom Rain says, even Maya... Oh, did he just say something he shouldn't have now? What the hell is happening? Like, I'm just dumbfounded right now. Mina says, Tom Rain says, oh, never mind. It was long ago. Oh, shit! So he's saying he's the one who hooked up Maya and, God, I forgot his name. The doctor guy. The scientist dude who died at the very end of episode 1. we weren't able to save him from the hive. He hooked him up. He's the guy. He hooked up Maya and that dude. Tarmain says, well, Caters, it's a short break, but we may as well use it. I like that they're totally like giving us a whole nother side of Dr. Tarmain now. It's like he's not just some boring ass old man scientist. He's also like this conniving little matchmaker wannabe, mischievous dude trying to hook people up with each other. It's like, what the fuck is this? Tarmain says, I'll see you in a bit. Alright, Doc. You're kind of sus, but... Mina says, may the holy light guide you. Don't worry, Mina. If Karen decides she's just gonna be full-time divine maiden, maybe you still got a shot with Ethan. Don't give up hope. Not yet. But you might have to. Like, if they decide to actually, you know, stay together and hook up and all that. I think you might have to find someone else, Mina. I'm sorry. Unless they're into polyamory, I don't know. Guardians headquarters, President's chamber. I don't think they would be, though. But, you never know. Whew. This is funny. They went all in on, like, the slice of life anime towards the end. It's kind of weird. All the doom and gloom literally ended with, you know, the episode where ambitions end. The episode where the ambition of the Illuminus were taken out, basically, with Hauser. It's just become nothing but quirky, lighthearted anime, strangely, even though we still have a looming threat in the form of a planet made of seed. It's good, though. They're giving us proper resolutions to people's character arcs. So I like that. It's better than them trying to scrunch it all in the very last episode, you know? Yeah, like we just saw the whole Lena Antonio thing earlier. Which I loved how Laya interjected and she broke into that shit through comms. She's like, damn, you're sweeping me off my feet, Tonio. Like, you're a smooth talker. Laya says, hey, Caters.
Dylan!
You did good work today. Mm-hmm. And we all got to listen to Tonio's proposal to Lena, so that was a big bonus for all of us, right? The doctor's still at medical, I take it? Yeah. Getting pampered, as he calls it. What the fuck? Oh no, here he is. Tarman says, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. Laya says, Doctor, how are you feeling? Tarman says, thanks to the medical team, I am feeling quite well, thank you. I've got a number of medications now, so I will be just fine. He's all drugged up, basically. He's high as fuck right now. Laya says, that's good to hear, but don't overdo it. And when you hear this, it should make you feel even better. What's up? Tarmain says, Laya says, Doctor, we are getting ready to bring another 35 LSS photon generators online. The fuck?
What?
How'd you manage that?
What the fuck?
Tarmain says, did you say another 35? I thought, with all the support from the planetary governments, we were only able to get 65. Yeah, what's this sudden new development? Is this some kind of joke? He thinks they're pulling his leg. Laya says, haven't you been watching the news, Doctor? Oh, shit! Hyuga, he's pulling strings with his new position. This is how they... Okay. This is how they're tying in that development and making it relevant. They didn't just make Hyuga the president of GRM for no reason. I get it. He's going to use all his resources at that company to get them to work on bringing these new photon generators online ASAP, basically. I mean, it is a gigantic company, so... if they can make high-tech weapons, they can make these generators. Tarmain says, news? We were just talking about it, fool. Look at this fool, he's gonna flex. Tarmin says, you mean... Ah, he got it. Hugo didn't even have to say anything. Laya says, you got it. Thank you, Laya. Her little smile. It's funny, but also kind of cute because of the, you know, the little beast lips or whatever. The little cleft upper lip. Yuga says, GRM has liquidated all its assets and put it towards increased LSS photon generator manufacturing. Excellent.
Son of a
Tarmain
bitch.
says, how could... He's the president, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Yuga says, I just wanted to do whatever I could to help. Exactly. Yuga's a real one. I couldn't risk the future of Garal at such a delicate time. I literally sold everything, or melted everything down. He might have meant that literally, liquidized. They melted everything down, they sold everything, and invested all the money and resources into just the photon generators. Yeah, Hugo's got his priorities straight. It's like, if all of humanity dies, or if everybody in the Graal system dies, there's no... What's the point of even still having it? Like, the business will die with it. So it's like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Like, why would you ever prioritize a business over sustainability? If the planet or the entire human race dies, your business will die with it. Just common sense. In times like these, it is the duty of intelligent men and women to state the obvious. And all of our non-binary pals now, too. I forgot who said that quote. I read it somewhat recently, too. But, yeah. Sometimes you just have to keep hammering it home. Restating the obvious over and over. I forgot this guy's name. So I think it's the assistant talking right now, right? This guy? Clamp? Fucking weird-ass name, yeah. But it makes it memorable, at least. Clamp says, we should now be able to reach your initial goals. Laya says, and with the mushroom harvesting, we should be exceeding that by another 40%. We got excess now. Excellent. We got no shortage of energy. Super abundance. Clamp says, in addition, GRM will be providing technology to link each of the LSS photon generators together to activate and control them. Excellent. Laya says, we were going to do all of that manually. That would have been a pain in the ass. Since we didn't have the money to do it the right way. Again, you'd think it's a crisis threatening literally everyone. And yet people were still asking for money to do something about preventing our extinction. Feels too fucking real, man. Like... I remember hearing somebody say recently, humanity will only save itself if it can make money doing so. And I was just like, yep, at this point I'm willing to believe that, and it's absolutely fucking pathetic. For so many reasons. Laya says, but now we can concentrate those people on installing the... Holy shit, they went faster. On installing the Rycross LSS photon generators. There we go. Tarmain says, this is all wonderful news. Oh, champ. But Hugo, won't that make it difficult for GRM to stay in business?
Bruh.
Our extinction would also make it difficult to stay in business. Hugo says the majority of GRM's profits came from the Illuminus' crimes. Jesus. So the only thing I feel right about doing is using those profits to help Garal, to undo the damage that they did, basically. That's a good way to throw it back in their face, too. I like that. Assholes. Laya says, it seems logical, but getting management to agree is something else. Yeah, I'm glad we have someone in charge who gets it. Thank you, Laya. Yeah. He gets it. He's got his priorities straight, like I said. Hugo says, if Garal is destroyed, it'd be hard to run a business anyway. Did he read the script? Does he know? This is not a first playthrough. He's a liar. I can assure you I haven't. I have not read the script. This is my first time watching this. It's just logic. I mean, you know, they say great minds think alike. There's a reason for that. If you just follow basic logic, you'll arrive at the same conclusion most of the time when it comes to painfully obvious things like this. Laya says, so, Doctor, this will be your last big assignment. I say painfully obvious, but for a lot of people... I mean, come on, we're living in an idiocracy in real life. That's the only reason it's not so obvious for so many people now. Everybody's been so dumbed down with bullshit. Tarmin says, yes, and we will succeed. Oh shit. Damn, I was even focusing on that one. We'd like you to confirm operations of the Perum LSS photon generators. Lumia says, Caters! What's up? You and I will be escorting the doctor to the Dean's Relics site. Just like priority number 0 is to make sure we all don't die. And then we can do whatever the fuck we want, but avoiding extinction and living sustainably to avoid any other extinction events in the future is always the first and foremost priority. Laya says, I wanted to accompany you, but being Hugo's assistant is a busy job. Oh, you're his assistant now? Hugo says, what? Is it really?
What? You bastard! What the fuck?
Laya says, when did you make that career change, Maya? Yeah, what the fuck? This is news. Oh, and Hugo. I'd like for my aide here to be our communications liaison, okay? He was originally in charge of Guardian's administration and accounting, but with Headmaster Knave out of commission, he was stuck trying to make sure I don't do anything too crazy. Clamp says, I wouldn't say that I was stuck, exactly.
Bruh. Look at this dude.
Laya says he should be good at tackling numbers. If he was in accounting, yeah. I think you could give him more work than I could. Yuga says, that sounds great. Thank you. Oh, look at this. Everything's coming together. I like the way this is all wrapping up. Yuga says, most of GRM's key staff is sitting in jail right now. So I can use all the help I can get. Yeah, how many people are running the company right now? Is it just you and like 2 dudes that were not complicit? Laya says, I think I'll miss your constant fault finding just a bit. Annalise is playing this game now. Clamp says, though I won't be at your side. Pause, champ. I'm sure you'll continue, Jesus, to work diligently for Grawl. Laya says, of course I will. We're counting on you then. Lamp says, I won't let you down. Yuga says, and neither shall I. Oh, I might have been too soon on that. What does he say? Laya says, all right, everyone, to your stations.
You son of a bitch.
Tom Rain says, come to think of it, Hugo. Yes. Big ass pause champ. Oh my god, he's really going through with this shit. Darwin says, Mina at reception told me to give you her best. She did not say that. She's quite the lovely girl, isn't she? He's actually trying to hook him up even though she was like, no, I'm into Ethan. Hugo says, yes, I know her quite well. Can't believe he's doing this. She hasn't been able to resist my charms since the day she first met me. Right, that's why she's simping over Ethan and not you.
Bullshit.
Tom Ray says, I suppose my matchmaking skills are of no use here. That's a nice skill set you got, Tom Rain. Oh my god. Hugo says, huh? But yeah, even he didn't know. He just got played, fool.
He's pulling his cock out!
That's just how it ends, huh?
Bruh.
Jesus Christ. Ethan's the only one for me. She probably low-key stalks him behind his back. Trying to find out like what his favorite color is, you know, through other means. Shit like that. Like the little Lalafell that follows around Nashu in the Hildebrand storyline in F-14. I study her from afar. Laya says, welcome, Dr. Tom Rain. I know you three have hurried to get here. But I'm gonna have to ask you to wait a little bit. I gotta get something real quick. Laya says, it looks like the work is still gonna take some time. I would expect so, yeah. Oh shit. I had the wrong thumb in the wrong part of my desk over there, so I sent my phone down. Tom Rain says, then perhaps I could lend a hand. Laya says, I really wish I could let you rest up for the Rycross operation. But at this point, I'd take a Koltova if one offered to help. An all hands on deck situation, yeah. Sorry, Doctor. It looks like we'll have to take you up on your offer. It's not like he's gonna be busy matchmaking anytime soon. I like that they gave us that little bit of lore on how he hooked up Maya and what's his name, who died. Armin says, understood. Just leave it to me. Lumia says, on our way here, I received a message from Lou at headquarters. Oh yeah? What'd they say? Lumia says, the LSS photon generators on Motube and New Days will be ready within the next 2 hours. Laya says, great. Have standby personnel begin returning to Perum. Let's try and finish the operation here a bit ahead of schedule. Lumia says, understood. I'll inform Lou. Laya stays quiet. And she says, oh, Lumia, get back to headquarters and give Lou a hand, will you? I'll stay here. This seems a little sudden. Lumia says, what? But I just got here. Yeah, this feels last minute. I thought the plan was for me to stay and you to go back. Laya says, that was the plan, yeah. But I'm sorry. There's some work I need to finish up here. Lumia says, I gotta say, Laya's new look is really, really good, actually. She does look like a space general. Like she came straight out of a Gundam anime. President Martinez! Kurtz?
Dylan!
Perfect. You're here too, Caters. I need your help. Shit. What's going on? Laya says, what's the matter? Kurt says the energy pipe that draws power from the underground plant in Old Melvor City and powers the relic site has been attacked by seed forms and has been damaged.
Fuck!
Laya says, what did you say? Laya says, now of all times. Kurt says, if we don't switch power lines at the underground plant before the relic site's energy reserves reach 0, we won't be able to activate the confinement system. Laya says, and securing the underground plant is our first priority. Incoming 250 seed kill. Whoa. They really sped things up. Laya says, Caters and I will go. You're coming too, right? Kurt says, of course. Laya says, alright, that's the deal, everyone. The doctor will remain here and take care of the power reactor. Lumia will get back to HQ and support us from there. Lumia says, but are you sure you'll be able to finish your task? Laya says, yeah, I'll take care of it. Let's go, Caters. It's been a long time since we've teamed up with Laya. Laya says, sorry about that. Now show us the way. Old Melvor U, plant block 1. Old Melvor underground plant. File start. Secure the underground plant power source. Bullion Kurtz says we have about 20 minutes. If we flip all 10 switches in each of the 2 blocks, we will be able to secure power. That's 20 total. Laya says, understood. Hurry up, Caters. Yo, I like this weapon we're using. Oh, we lost 4x speed again, man. What the fuck? They keep taking it away. Laya says they're almost too cute to kill. We're back to that again. Forget that's generic battle dialogue. Seriously wonder what the hell causes that. Like, why do features just suddenly come back or disappear like that? I don't know. It may also be only certain videos, just like how only some of them get stable volume. It could be that this one just doesn't qualify. But the feature really was gone for like all videos for a long time for me. And then it suddenly came back a few days ago. And now it's fucking gone again. Like, what the fuck is YouTube doing, man? What the hell are they looking for? Through that knife is online. Interesting, I would say interesting usernames people had back then, but you still see usernames like that these days. That hasn't changed. They're consulting their strategy guide. They're looking at game facts, bro. if YouTube removes the 4x speed again, I'm starting to bet it's probably a bandwidth issue, man. If too many people use something like that, like, it probably ends up costing them enormous amounts in bandwidth from people having to download videos that fast. You can see we've downloaded how far ahead? 2 minutes? This white bar right here is how far ahead we've downloaded to the computer. So that, like, that's how you watch videos on your PC. It downloads as you watch. It downloads whatever's coming up next, basically. It's just slow. That's streaming. I bet it has to do, like, so obviously if you're watching at a super fast speed, it has to download way faster and way more data as you're just zooming through the fucking video, so it has to, you know, to try to keep up with that. So it probably puts an enormous, like, bandwidth demand on the server. So maybe they're not even gonna, like, they're still just experimenting whether they're even gonna keep that feature or not. I don't know, that's my theory. Laya says, that does it for this block. Hurry to the next. Yeah, streaming videos at that speed definitely probably takes up a shit ton of bandwidth. I think they probably are consulting a map. The way they stop walking, like, suddenly. Makes sense. This would have been perfect for 4x speed. Of course we don't have it. During a moment like this. Where they're just kind of running around lost. I was gonna say, they never checked that corner, but... The little mag thing shoots. Pew pew pew! One left. God, imagine if they came this far and they missed one. Like really far back. Trial cleared. Power source secured. We did it! I couldn't even... I says we're done! Dean's Lake. Closed area. What's going on here? What's going on in here? The music. Laya says the relic site energy levels still haven't reached 0, right? Or 0 yet, right? We need to hurry up and activate the confinement system. Alright. See where they're going with this. Kurt says, even if we leave now, we will not reach the control room in time. Oh, shit. Lai says there should be a team there. I'll contact them. Lou says, President Martinez. What's up, Lou? Lai says, Lou, perfect timing. Connect me to anyone you can get a hold of in the control room. Lou says, I was just about to report. Due to a seed form attack, oh no. All guardians within the vicinity of the control room are dead. You've got to be fucking kidding me. This feels too coordinated. Laya says, what did you say? Issue an order to everyone in the relic site. Everyone is to head to the control room. Whoever gets there first, hit the damn button. The first one to reach it needs to activate the confinement system. Lou says, understood. Lai says, we're headed there too. We have to fucking try, even if our odds are shit that we're gonna make it. Lai says, whoa! What's going on? Kurt says, are you alright? Lai says, what was that? Could it have been... Kurt says, the confinement system shutting down? Oh no. Lai says, no!
Fuck!
That was Laya. He just said exclamation mark. Dean's Relic Central Passage. Running as fast as possible. Laya says, ah! Why are 8 photons? He says, then... Pause champ? Suddenly there's 8 photons everywhere. Kurt says the confinement system has been activated. Somebody made it? Just in time, it would seem. Laya says, I don't know who pulled it off, but someone got Lou's message. So we're good? She says, phew.
Ooh. A test of your reflexes!
Basically. Kurt says, in any case, it's a relief. But did you not speak of some unfinished business? We're not gonna find out who the hell saved us? Laya says, yeah, the truth is, this mission had another purpose. It was supposed to be a test to see whether or not... Lost champ? Why am I tired all of a sudden? Whether or not Caters is ready to be chief commander of the Mobile Defense Force. Holy shit!
What? What the
But
fuck?
this was over too quickly. It's not a good enough test. Okay. Kurt says, quite a bold selection indeed. Wow, we're moving up in the world. She's gonna promote us to a very important position. Laya says the previous commander was lost 3 months ago. For a while, no one filled the position. But it's a key role that's important in rebuilding the Guardians. Mobile Defense Force Guardian. Who the hell was it? I can't remember this, but I remember who it was. The commander of the Mobile Defense Force. 3 months ago, so it was at the end of the first half of Ambition of the Illuminus. Who died? Besides her father, who was obviously just the president, so it wasn't him. Maybe it's somebody off screen. Like, maybe that was literally just... He was just implying, you know, some off screen, like, generic character that was a commander just happened to die back then. During the colony thing. I don't know. Lai says, at first I was thinking Leo or Tonio. Pause, champ. But they both refused, saying they wouldn't be right for it. Even though they would be perfect. When I asked them to recommend someone, they both recommended Caters. Oh shit!
You son of a bitch.
They're real ones. Kurt says, I see. Laya says, to be honest, I think it might be a bit too soon, but... Oh, not this crap again. Laya says, what was that? Well, be careful what you wish for. You said it was over too soon. Maybe not. Kurt says, I'm guessing the relic site activation woke something up. We got a boss fight. Sounds like it. Central Dome. Dean's relics. I was gonna say, is it gonna be a dragon? Just because Central Dome reminded me of the one in Phantasy Star Online. Yeah, here we go. We've already fought this boss before. This is a reused asset from episode 2? Yeah, the D. Ragnus. It was like one of the first bosses, I think, in the first half of Ambition of the Illuminus. Laya says, that's a pretty big one, eh? Everyone spread out. That was generic. She's, her main dialogue, she says, Caters, let's take care of it. Jesus, dude. Annihilated. But if you can hit that many body parts at once, yeah. That'll fuck him up. Also, we're over leveled. That was quick and easy. Laya says, that was easier than I thought it would be. That's because we're over leveled, Laya, like I just said. Oh shit. Kurt says, well, you know why that is. Why? Laya says, yeah, I know. You pass, Caters. That was a compliment to us? Kurt is like, well, yeah, we did it because Caters is like Super Saiyan over here. Laya says, you're the new commander of the Mobile Defense Force. We just got promoted! Laya says, you've gotten even more capable than I thought you would. Now I can finally focus my attention on my presidential duties. Kurt says, congratulations, Caters. I expect you'll do an exceptional job. What he said? Yes, I got it. Laya says, be ready to bear the weight of the Guardians now. I don't know if I'm ready or... So then I pass the test? Yeah. That's the better one. So then I passed the test? Laya says, yeah, you did. On this mission, I was able to see your real ability. You were especially adept at finishing off that Deragnus. Well, I'd known this for a while, but you've surpassed even my abilities. I'm sure you yourself have realized this, right? I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn, but... I said, so there's no turning down this post. She's like, you're not allowed to say no. You are the commander, Caters. I expect even more of you now.
You bastard!
Kurt says, be a kind leader, Caters. I'm not the liar. Already chewing me out like I did something wrong. Like, bro, just got promoted. Lou says, President Martinez. Yes? This is kind of neat. Elias says, you've done well, Lou. So, who was it? I'll bet it was a Guardian who made it there first. It's either Lumia, or it wasn't even a Guardian. Maybe it was Tom Rain or some shit. Kurt says, I wouldn't mind if it were an AMF soldier. This fool. Lou says, It wasn't you, President Martinez? Oh, the plot thickens. Elias says, what are you babbling about? There was no way we could have made it in time. Lou says, indeed. But no one has reported in yet. Some unknown mysterious entity? Elias says, so it was some modest soldier then? It's not a stretch to say that they've saved the world. Yeah? Lou says, President Martinez. Yes? Dr. Tom Rain is not with you, is he? It was him, wasn't it? Elias says, of course not. He's manning the reactor. Lou says, the thing is... there appears to be no one in the vicinity of the reactor. Okay, it was him. Elias says, what do you mean, no one? Wait, was Dr. Tom Rain the one who activated the confinement system?
What?
Lou says the control room was completely overrun by seed forms. Oh, he's dead. The probability of the doctor successfully activating the system is... I mean, he did it, but... less than 0.0001%. He defied the odds, but it probably cost him his life. Like, no, it's guaranteed. He's dead. Or about to die. Elias says, well, this is Dr. Tom Rain we're talking about. Considering what's at stake, I wouldn't put it past him to risk it no matter what the odds. And there was death flags all over the place. You know he's dead. Just gonna go say goodbye to him now. Yeah, there he is. Elias says, Doctor! What the fuck? It's not him! Who the hell's this? Elias says... okay, this keeps getting weirder. Oh wait, there he is, okay. Yeah, but who the hell's that guy? Was that like his lone guard? An AMF soldier too. Elias says, Doctor, this was completely reckless. Tom Rain says, as long as the odds weren't 0. I had to try, didn't I? Shit. Taking the words right out of, I'm not the first one to say them. I agreed when, I think Lou or somebody else had said that. But it's something that stuck with me. I don't remember where we heard that, like, he paraphrased it, but we heard a line like that earlier, much earlier in the story. As long as the odds weren't 0, we had to, we had to try. So I can't remember where that was from, but it's something that stuck with me. And I've been actually saying that to myself a lot in real life. Especially with regards to everything happening, out in the world and everything. With how bleak sometimes everything seems to be for our species at the moment. It just reminded me, it kept reminding me of that scene where they first said that, and I was just like, as long as the odds of survival aren't 0, like, we have to try, you know? As long as it's a non-0% chance. Also, in a different context, I remember thinking that to myself when hearing about the asteroid that may or may not hit us in 2032 and kill us all 7 years from now. They thought it was a big threat initially, but now scientists are saying the chances of it hitting us are 1%. So it's like not that big of a deal, but it's still not 0. So get your affairs in order, because 7 years from now, we'll find out if that 1%, if that asteroid wins the lottery, basically, or not. We'll find out in about 7 years. For those of us that are still around by then. But anyway, Laya says, "Doctor?" Yeah, he's gone. He's gonna die. Oh shit, damn, he's actually like covered in blood too. Tarmain says, "How is the AMF soldier?" I mean, he doesn't look much better than you, dude. Kurt says, "He's alright. He's on life support mode. He will be fine." Tarmain says, "That's good. I couldn't bear it if I cost anyone else their life." Laya says, "But you can't die on us either, Doctor!" Shit. Tarmin says, "No, my pupil, Ko." That was his name. "Gave his life so that everyone else could have a future." Yeah, he hooked up Maya with Ko, and vice versa. There was only one thing someone with as many sins as I could do. I finally found atonement. It's actually hitting me. Laya says, "Stop it, Doctor." Have you forgotten you've promised to go to Rycross? Tarmain says, "If the Dean's relic site shut down, there would be no point in going to Rycross. This is how it should be." Laya says, "So we're supposed to reach the unification point without you then?" Tarmain says, "Yes, it will be alright. I have faith in you." Oh, I see Karen. Laya says, "Doctor." Ethan's here too. Ethan says, "Doctor!" Tarmain says, "Oh, Ethan and Karen." Karen says, "Doctor, the medical team is on its way." He's not gonna make it. Just hold on. Tarmain says, "It's already too late." Laya says, "Don't give up." Tarmain says, "I'm not giving up. You cannot avoid death. I'm sad I won't get to see what the future holds for all of you. But I am happy to be able to die at a high point." It feels like it meant something this way, right? Damn. Laya says, "Doctor." He has no more words left. "Do you have any last requests?" Tarmain says nothing. He says, "For my last moments, I want to see the light of hope." It's like the song name. He's looking at it. He stays quiet for a moment and says, "It's beautiful. The light of hope. It's not a photons, but photons. That will be our salvation. Laya? Ethan? Karen? Bertz? Caters? Take care of Garal. He's gone. Karen says, Doctor! Shit. The timing of the music was too good on that. Fucking got me, dude. That was kind of just a coincidence too, because the player was controlling the scroll speed and they were changing it. It just kind of happened to hit like that. But I mean, to be honest, the majority of the impact came from his last words. That was as much as death can be beautiful. That was a well-made death scene, I guess. As morbid as that might sound. That was beautiful. Lai says, let's have a moment of silence. I thought I'd be the one to make it to the end. Lai says, Dr. Tomrain is one of many lives sacrificed. They slowed it down too much. To bring the 3 planets' confinement systems online. All that remains is the system located on the dark planet, Rykros. We will require the assistance of the Divine Maiden. I'd like Ethan to be her guard. That makes sense. A sorceress needs her knight, right? Just a subtle FF8 reference I wanted to make. Felt appropriate. Ethan says, yeah. Nave stepped forward and says, I'd planned to rely on the rest of you to install the LSS photon generators on Rykros, but the mission has been changed. As you all know, Hugo Wright is now the president of GRM. He resigned from the Guardians the other day, but he will be acting as a special observer this time. As he has provided the LSS photon generators, he will be on hand to support their installation. Hell yeah.
You son of a...
Lai says, from the Guardians, Caters and Lumia will be accompanying him. Well, this should be interesting. I was gonna say that might be our final party then, but maybe not. I have a feeling every character is gonna play a part in this. We'll see who we end up teaming up with for this final mission. Next time, of course, because that'll be next stream. Lai says these are gonna be small, elite teams. We're counting on you. I like the way this is wrapping up. Every character that is still around from episode 1, they got like full character arcs, and they're all coming together again, just like at the end of episode 1, but playing very different roles and helping each other all over again. Like, I guess I should have said it the other way. They're all coming together to help each other again, but in very different roles. Like, everyone underwent through a lot of character growth, development, and even role changes. Like, Lai is now the president of the Guardians. Like, everybody, like... Yeah, everybody went through, like, a major sort of transformation. And then they still aren't, like, with their newfound positions or abilities or whatever, are all coming together to save the world again, just like at the end of episode 1. It's really cool. Like, this is a well-made sequel, honestly. It was just an expansion pack, too. For the original game, but this is very well done. I like it. Everything feels like it's just coming full circle. Like, in a very, very cohesive way. This is really good. Dr. Tom Rain gave his life to prevent the Dean's relic site from losing power, so the 3 planetary confinement systems could be activated. As the new president of GRM, Hugo Wright has been able to provide the necessary LSS photon generators. All that remains is to install the LSS photon generators on the dark planet Rykros for the 4th and final confinement system. Oh, I got a little sad again because I remembered Tom Rain's death for a moment. All worlds are on edge as the unification point approaches. Yeah. Wait, what the fuck? Did they skip something? It seems like the remainder... Wait, what is this? All worlds are on edge as the unification point approaches, and then all of a sudden it just says, rests with the approaching final battle. You guys see how it's kind of like cut off? Like, this is a lowercase r. So clearly it's not the beginning of a sentence, but where the fuck's the rest of the sentence? What the hell happened there? Did Sega fuck up when they made this and they never fixed that? Like, because obviously these episodes were released like well before the servers were actually shut down. Well, actually, you know what? That's what I forgot to check. So I made ChatGPT do the research for me, of course, because I wasn't gonna spend hours doing that on the release dates of all the chapters for episode 3. Most of them were released about 2.5 to 3 months apart until the very end. The last 2 episodes, one of which we're looking at right now, Road to Rykros, it came out like almost a whole year after Photon Harvest. God, that must have really made Photon Harvest feel like a filler, having to wait that long. Well, hold on, excuse me. It says there's a note. So yeah, episode 3, chapter 7, Road to Rykros, September 2009, but it says it was released in 2009 prior to the final chapter, which was December of 2009, a few months later. And Sega even issued a title update fixing a bug in this episode, the one we just saw. Many player archives placed the Chapter 7 release in September of 2009. Yeah, because since all the official sites and stuff were shut down, basically I put ChatGPT into deep research mode, so it scoured the internet. It checked 36 different sources, it did 256 searches, and compiled this report all in about 17 minutes. Flat. And it gave me a whole list. Despair and Hope, episode 3, chapter 1, was November 30th, 2007. Restorations was February 8th, 2008. Will of Light, chapter 3, it was February of, oh wait, the C note for that one. There was something about it. It was most records, community records, indicate that it was at the end of March 2008, so it's not sure about that one, but that's the evidence it found. So see, it was mostly like a, 2 to 3 month schedule on average. Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, chapter 4 was June 6th, so it was a little bit longer there. Farewell to Mother. Chapter 5 was August 29th, 2008, Ambition's End. So that was just a couple months later. And then Photon Harvest was December 19th, 2008. Again, a few months later. Maybe several, but depending on how you look at it, yeah, chapter 6. And then, like I said, Road to Rykros was like September of 2009. People had to wait like 10 months for this. But then at least after this, the final chapter was only a few more months because it's December of that year, 2009. I was gonna mention this at the end once we finish the next episode, but it came up here. I just kind of brought it up because of the fact that I don't know, something my mind connected the fact that I had done this research during last stream. You guys remember when I was like typing stuff at the end and not at the end, somewhere near the beginning of last stream when I was like, I wonder what the release date order of the chapters were. That's when I gave ChatGPT the order, and then it sat there doing this, you know. And I was like, oh, I don't have time to wait for this. And I just kept the stream going. But once the stream ended, I checked, and yeah, it finished the research in about 17 minutes and got this whole list. I was like, yeah, I was definitely not going to spend days or weeks of my time doing a bunch of searches to verify all this information about the release dates for the for the chapters back then. You know, the patches, the story patches, basically, when this game was still online, the official servers. So, glad I was able to hand that off. Anyway, it says, Lena Sukaya has given you their partner card. Super random. That's so weird, though, how they fucked that up at the end. Like, there's a whole, like, sentence or two completely missing from that final line there. Hey, what did it say again? All worlds on edge as the unification point approaches. Period. Not a comma. And then it just says, rest with the approaching... with the approaching final battle. I'm guessing it just says all hope, maybe. All hope rests with the... yeah, I don't know. We can only infer and fill it in like that, you know? Alright, folks. Well, that's enough. And that's all from me for now. What's the rest of this? What are they doing? They just sit there AFK? Crazy says, so what's new on the game? It's been a while since... Must be like a friend chat, some kind of link shell type of thing. Unless they're standing right behind him. It's been a while since I've been on here. Let's see this conversation. That's been lost to time. King Koopa says, well. Yeah, man, I was balls deep in MapleStory still at this time. Definitely in 2008. 2009. They're recording all these after the last episode came out, so... Oh, that's what made me go look at that. As I wanted to do a follow-up now. When did the server shut down? Or did it say here? I don't see it. Yeah, okay, let me see. When did the official server shut down? That shouldn't be too hard to find, but like I shouldn't have to use deep research for that. Which takes a long time. It's still obviously searching the web, but... The official servers for Phantasy Star Universe Ambition of the Illuminus were shut down in stages across different platforms. PS2 and PC for North America and Europe. Sega of America announced the shutdown of the online servers for the PlayStation 2 and PC versions of the game on January 21st, 2010. So they literally just... They decided to shut the servers down literally after just a couple... That's not even a month. Barely over a month. A month and 10 days, if that, after they released the final episode. So you barely had enough time to play the finale of this story before they shut the servers down? Jesus. So that means this was definitely... Okay, no. That was for PS2 and PC at least. This person's been playing on Xbox. I should have read the next bullet point. It says Xbox 360 North America. Sega announced the shutdown of the Xbox 360 servers on June 8th, 2012. With the servers officially closing on September 6th, 2012 at 11 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Damn. And that's from SegaRetro.org. That's the source for that. After these dates, all official online services for PSU were discontinued. But the single-player story mode for the PS2 version remains accessible offline, obviously. On the disc, yeah. For those interested in continuing the online experience, the Clementine Project offers a fan-run private server that revives the online multiplayer aspects of the game. More information can be found on their official website, psuclementine.com. Thank you, ChatGPT, for plugging Clementine in that when I asked about that. Like, hey, if you want to keep playing, you can. And we're gonna get Sega lawyers suing ChatGPT for endorsing it. It's whatever. They don't give a shit. Yeah. Okay, so if you were on Xbox, you had plenty of time to experience this entire story, even like after the final episode was released, in December of 2009. If you were on PS2, though, you only had a month. If you were on PS2 or PC, you literally only got a month after the final episode was released to play it before the servers were shut down forever. Like,
Bruh.
that's not a lot of fucking time, dude. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. But yeah, if you were on Xbox 360, you still got to fuck around and find out for another 2 years at least. 10, 11, 12, like almost 3. Like you had almost 3 years. To still play through this entire story, basically. After that final episode was released, if you were on Xbox. That was clearly the prioritized platform. Where most of the players were and all that. Definitely. Anyway, I'll stop my rambling now, but I don't like how this next video is already shaping up. What the hell is this? Why is the quality suddenly shit? You guys see this? The text is so small. What is this? Watch it not even be Caters. It's gonna feel weird if this is a different character. Because this looks like this was... Oh yeah! This is a totally different YouTube channel. We just switched... Yeah, look, this is Phantasy Star Universe Xbox 360. Look at the channel name for all these videos we've seen up to this point. And then the end of this playlist, these last ones, is called These Nuts. Do you see this? These Nuts! Wow, we don't even get to see the ending with Lackery or Caters. Damn. We're gonna see some random person who probably has a dick joke in their name. Well, shit. That's kind of lackluster. I wonder why. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna fuck off now so I can not keep extending this video longer than it needs to be. But right after I turn off this stream, I'm gonna check Phantasy Star Universe Xbox 360 channel to see if they actually have the ending and they just didn't, like... Mr. Epic 106, the YouTube channel whose playlist we're watching, if they just decided not to use their version of the finale, or what the fuck? Because I'd rather just keep watching that same channel. Phantasy Star Universe Xbox 360. Like, if they have the ending, I'll watch it on their channel instead. Because it's more consistent, especially with the quality, because this person, the way they recorded it, look at the text size, it's small as hell. So yeah, fuck that. I'm gonna look for it right after this. But for now, like I said, I gotta get going. So, thank you very much for watching. Sorry I dragged out the ending with my rambling. You know how that's just who I am. I do that shit all the time. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Please do take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Don't die. All that good stuff. And I bid you all to please have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and good night. And I will see you all next time. Alright. Peace. Bye, everybody. Bye. Enjoy the music.
We will choose to